About a month ago the display on my car radio started to fade. This seems to be a common problem in Nissan cars. As soon as the display heats up, it starts to fade. So when you spray, for example, deodorant on the screen, it will light up again because it will cool down, but after a while it will fade again. So you can replace this display. There are videos on internet how to do that, but the new display costs about 50 euros, and for the same price you can buy an Android car system on AliExpress. So I decided to do that instead. This is the set I bought. There is no manual whatsoever, and the cables are not fitted to connect to the Nissan Note car. So we need to do some plumbing to get that working. I opened the dashboard of my car, and here you can see the connectors. It's the GPS antenna already connected, and a lot of cables. You see the fuse over there, and here is the display that was mounted. It also didn't connect very good, so I used just screws to clamp it onto the dashboard, and I soldered all those small cables and put pins on them, which are put inside the connector of the car. That connector is not connected. It can be used to for the steering wheel controls, but I decided not to use that yet. Here you can see the cables again. All these extra cables are not used at the moment, but you can use them to plug in, for example, a camera. So when you drive the car backwards, you can see what's behind the car. These pins are connected to the original car connector. This is the GPS antenna, and this is the microphone. Here you can see the pins again connected into the original car connector. I used tape to connect them. Most of the cables are used for the speakers, and there's also the power, the permanent power, and the power on Ignite. These are the USB ports that I also wanted to use. So now let's switch the car on and see what's happened. It's connected to the power on Ignite, and so when you turn around the key, the car radio starts working. It has a touchscreen, of course. It has radio. You can use navigation and play a lot of music, go on internet. But I should warn you that you should be really careful not to use it when driving, because you don't pay attention to the road, and it's kind of dangerous. Here am I copying some files from USB stick, some music to put on to the system, so I can play that. But it also has a radio. I connected the radio antenna with using a nail. Put a nail inside because I didn't have the connector also. Here you can also see the USB ports again and the GPS antenna. First I put the GPS antenna inside the dashboard, but there was a lot of metal around it, and I had the feeling that the signal wasn't that good anymore. So yeah, that's about it. To be able to use internet, I use a personal hotspot on my iPhone that connects to this radio. So yeah, well, I'm very happy with this new toy, and I can recommend you to buy it yourself, but it takes a lot of effort to build it in.